estate matters. The Property Hour is informative, inclusive, and up-to-date. Proudly powered by HK Properties.
Hi there, it is the Property Hour once again right here on UBC, and we bring you what is latest on the real estate and construction sector. Tonight we have a very interesting topic where we are taking us through the real estate education to the informal sector in Uganda. Now Makerere University, through the Macri funds and Makerere University Business School, has brought us an idea onto the community whereby we are going down to the grassroots, that is as far as the LC1 court, and we're bringing you these LC1s. We are training them, we are empowering them with all they need to know as far as real estate is concerned. It could be surveying, it could be valuation, it could be the legal aspects, you know, the economy, every other thing that they need to. Imagine this is an LC1 and every other transaction of real estate starts from this court. Be it a vendor-purchaser transaction, be it a tenant-landlord transaction, at least every other person starts with the LC1 court. We thought it prudent that the LC1 should be empowered so that it is impactful in all its transactions as far as real estate is concerned. It is me, your host, Viola, and tonight I'll be bringing you LC1s around Kampala and Wakiso. You just cannot miss out on what they're about to tell us, because there are very many issues down the road. Now, this is all possible because it's been powered to us by HK Properties Uganda. This is a leading condominium development company in Uganda that is trying to bridge the gap of housing deficit by providing with us a lot of condominium houses in and around Kampala, which are spacious. And remember, you could grab yourself one at an installment of payment. We're going to take a short break, but before the short break, know that when we come back, we are going to ADB building at Moobs, and this is the podium where all the LC1s are waiting, eager to air all their views. They have a lot of issues on the grassroots as LC1s, and then you could be viewing tonight and you are a relevant authority to them that could be at least in position to solve some of these problems.
Lulu Residency in Munyonyo is the latest apartmentalized project by HK Properties. This state-of-the-art residency that has stepped the architecture scale in Uganda has 2 to 3 bedroomed apartments at modest rents. Scheduled payments can be arranged to fit your budget. For more information or booking, please call 0758 274 389. Viola and Barbara bring you the expert opinion on the Property Hour.
Mwebale kujja okuddayo ke mabega gye tuviiridde. Omusomo guno gwatandika November ng'etandika era nga gwali gwa kusomesa ba broker betwaliise ba real estate brokers and agents mu luzungu ne ba LC mu ngeri ey'okukwatamu oba okutunda ettaka n'amayumba. Lwaki twasalawo okufuna okusomesa ba LC ne ba broker? Kubanga ebiseera bingi tuzze nga tuwulira ebizibu bingi ebiri mu mataka, mu ttaka ne mu kutunda amayumba. Abamu nga baba cheatinze mu transaction, abamu oluusi ba LC nga bye bakoze tebabitegeera ne batunda ettaka oba amayumba emirundi 2, emirundi 3, ne tufuna ebizibu bingi. Bwe tugenda mu kooti ya Uganda or the police, 60% of the cases that are there are related to land. Kwe kuvaayo ne government ya Uganda nga tuyita mu Makerere University refund okutuusaako omusomo guno ba bloka ne ba LC. Ba LC mwe musayininga ku mataka gano nga gatundibwa wansi mu byalo byaffe. Ne tulowooza nti mujja kuba bantu balungi nammwe tubayigirize engeri y'okukwatamu ebintu by'amataka gano. So era ekiseera ekiweddeko twali ku TV wano wennyini ku UBC nga tugamba buli muntu amanyi broker, amanyi LC babasindike wano ku Makerere University Business School tubayigirize emisomo gino. Mwebale nnyo kwerekereza ebintu byammwe byonna okujja wano okusoma ennaku ennya ziri ze tubaddeko, n'olwaleero mwebale kujja. Mpozi omusomo guno era tujja gutwala mu ggwanga lyonna. Wano mu Central tusomeseza ba broker namwe ba LC, naye nga tukyeyongerayo. Tujja kugenda Mbarara, tujja genda Gulu, tujja genda Mbale ne ne towns endala zonna especially ezirina real estate activities ennyingi tujja kubanga tubasomesa mwenna so abali eyo ebibuga ebirala bye tutannaba kutuuka mutulinde era bye tubagambanga nti mwewandiise mwanguwe nnyo okwewandiisa mujje muleete ba LC bammwe ne ba bloka tulabe nga we make the real estate profession a better one. Tukendezeeko n'obutabanguko obadde mu real estate. Sijja kumala kiseera kinene nnyo, njagala saawa zino okutwala kadde kano okwaniriza omukyala waffe omunnamateeka gwe bayita Council Viola Kirabo okujja abeere nga atwongerayo ate nga nammwe mmanyi ba LC baffe mulina ebibuuzo bingi bye mwagala omubuuza. Katumwanirize ajje atwongereyo era naffe tuna akaseera ke tunaamubuulizaamu ebibuuzo. Let's put our hands together and welcome Council Viola. Council Viola, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Basebo ne bannyabo balamusizza mwebale nnyo omusomo. My name is Viola Kirabo. Dear viewers, today we are at Makerere University Business School taking on the program of real estate education to the informal sector, and we thought it prudent that the LC1 court is one of the most impactful courts that needed to understand the legal aspects of real estate transactions. It has been a training going on led by our governor of the program, Dr. Rachel Mirembe. I think you are one of the real estate professionals in Uganda that has taken it to another level, up to PhD. We appreciate you and all your effort. Through the MACRIF, here we are trying to educate all the LC1s in the entire country, as she has told us. And right here on the Property Hour, we are going to be bringing you such programs until every other LC1 is trained. Just like she told us, there are even certificates obtained by these LC1s. That is wonderful. Imagine LC1 being educated with such knowledge from all the consultants that have been going on in the training. We thank you. Right now, on the expert opinion, we are going to take on the legal aspects of real estate transactions. We want to know what are those LC1 issues on the grassroots that are happening down there, but they don't have anywhere to run to. They don't even know whom to ask. You know, perhaps the legal profession is a very big fraternity in the country, but maybe this LC1 has not gotten any chance to approach anyone. That is why this training is here to make sure that all the LC1 courts are empowered so that we have knowledge as far as real estate education is concerned. But tonight, it's all about the legal aspects of real estate. Baseba ne banyabo, nkomyewo jetuli. Muli ku Property Hour wano ku UBC ate mwe central mwe abavuddeyo to represent others. So like Rachel told us, we are going to go in the whole country, but today we wanted to know whether what has been going on in the entire training at least has been understood by all of us, and also further to ask our questions. Mutubuuze ebibuuzo byonna ebibadde nga temubuuzizza ku mateeka g'obusuubuzi obwa real estate, obwa property, obwa mataka, byonna bye musangayo mu office zammwe nga LC1. Mutubuuze tubanyonyole ate bwebanga waliko kyoyagala government ewulire, eggwanga liwulire, abantu abalala bawulire, bategeere oba naawe otegeere. Totya kibuuze, tuli wano okutuusa information ewali abantu bonna, ne bweba Ministry of Lands, ne bweba wonna housing, urban development, physical planning, byonna tuli wano okubayamba nti abantu bakole ki babitegeere. Kati musomo nja kubuuza gubaddewo, nja kubuuzayo ba LC basatu batubuulire, omu agenda tubuulira oba ategedde real estate kitegeeza at least mudakiika emu ategeze nti ebyobusuubuzi bya real estate bitegeeza ki mudakiika ng'emu, kubanga omusomo gubaddewo, certificate weeziri, naye twagala kutegeera ba LC ababaddewo ba representing a central. Mutegedde real estate kitegeeza.
Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala ba lecturer baffe. Pozo omwanjuzi kano ngenda kusooka kamujjukiza nga tetunnabagenda mu maaso na kwennyonnyola real estate. Otwerabidde okukyogerako nti ffe kati essaawa zino tuli ba OB ne ba OGI aba Makerere University.
Thank you so much.
Kakati real estate amanya n'eddoboozi bampita Waswa Kasimu Kyewanula, nva mu Makindye West A mu Kibuye 2, ndi mukulembeze mu NRM Kibuyetu parish ndi mukulembeze wa zone emu gye bayita Kiyembe mu Kibuyetu parish. Real estate fenga fabero si olwaleero tutegedde nti kyekintu ttaka ne property. Real estate kyekintu senga property oba nayo ekiri waggulu waayo oba ebbanga eryo eriri mu space waggulu ku property eyo. Real estate kitegeeza ekintu ekiri underneath the ground ku ttaka lyeryo. Real estate tukifunyeemu okututegeeza nti ettaka kyekintu for instance ekyatandikibwawo ne Museveni myaka 10 ne milioni 14 tweyongera n'eddyo terikula nti lyagaziwa kati liri South Africa oba wabula tukyali ku lino eryaffe erya Uganda. Obuzibu obuli ku real estate mu kintu nga judiciary kyetegedde nti ddala LC1 kyekintu ekiyinza oba okuviirako emitawaana mu Uganda, era ffe bantu bamu titutandikirwako ekintu kye bayita real estate. Ndowooza kwe kutukwata okusooka okujja batubuulire ku kintu land and property kyekitegeeza. Twekakasa nti LC1 kyekintu akakiiko kano akayinza okukendeeza ku buvuyo, ku kufa, ku bulyake n'emisango okukendera waggulu eyo. LC1 tubasaba nga mu judiciary n'omubaga amateeka n'omugakola nilusubwa okuba nti efuna omutwalo gumu nga MP ali ku milioni 36 nga tetuwulirangako. Nze nina mutabani wange LC1 wa MP ku kitundu kyange mu Kiyembe, mukulu Sewanyana Honorable, naye siwulirangako kakliiki konna kayogera ku LC1. So nga ate embeera naye nemulumiriza mwana gwe nakusazanga ekkubo. Lwaki totukayanirako omwezi netubeera tuva ku mutwalo ogumu tubaako gye tusongola kugendako mu maaso naye tuli awo teriva kantu nti kano LC1 wabula batubalira mutwalo ate nga wano mu central wetuli tekyali ttaka lye batunda busitampu tusiiba nayo tusula nabwo nga bwoza busango. Webale nnyo nnyabo
webale nnyo ssentebe. Tusiimye byonna by'otubuulire so that ali eyo nga tana joininga training eno kuva ku program eno Property Hour ne program ya Professionalizing Real Estate led by Rachel. At least buli omu afune kyayigamu. Webale nnyo okutegeeza real estate kyekitegeeza, kansuubire ffenna at least tumanyi ebyobusuubuzi bwa real estate kyebitegeeza kuva ku musomo guno. Nja kubuuza ekibuuzo ekisembayo nga tetunaba kweyongerayo with a show. Badde mbuuzako nti mu mateeka g'obusuubuzi bwa real estate at least kyetwategeera what we termed as real estate transaction. Ani ayategeera oba ajjukirako kiki kyetwayogerako obusuubuzi bwa real estate mu mateeka, kiki ekibuleetera okubeera obw'amateeka? What makes it a real estate transaction?
Erinnya Zekayigwa Marvin.
Tebo nkusaba nti oyogere nnyo ate waba osobola.
Erinnya lyange Zekayigwa Marvin. Nga nviridde mu Makindye Ssaabagabo ndi kansala ku mitendera gwa municipality. Nze mu ntegeera yange real estate ngitegeeranga okugula ettaka oba okutunda n'enkulaakulanya yaalyo. Ekigifuula okubanga mu mateeka nga eri mu mateeka wano lwa ensonga zange nga ziringa bbiri. Esooka ku zo mu kukulaakulanya tutanvye ddala wansi mu kugula ettaka kubaako percentage edde waba chairpersons. Mu kukulaakulanya ettaka tulinamu okufuna plans ezitwalibwa either ku divisions oba ku municipality okubeera approved n'olyoka otandika okukola ki okutandika okuzimbako. Kyandibadde ng'ekyokubiri mulimu mu real estate tujjamu emisolo nga property tax n'ebirala neyanza ate byonna nga biri mu mateeka nyabo.
Thank you so much, Councillor. That was Makinde. Appreciate, and we hope that whatever you get from here, take it back to your colleagues that you're working with so that everyone is empowered with this kind of knowledge. Now, he just told us that the real estate transactions, as understood from this training, were that at least there should be a transfer, there should be a purchase from one party to another, as long as there is a transaction, more than one party, inclusive of any purchase. It could be a real property, it could be a personal property where there are chattels or anything. Real estate doesn't only stop at those things that are fixed on land. No, sometimes it is also the chattels. It could be your chairs in that home. Now, back to us. We have understood what real estate is. We know at least what a transaction is in real estate and what makes it a legality. Now, we notice that there are very many parties that come up with this kind of transaction. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not just one party. Sometimes it could be a buyer and a seller, sometimes a tenant and a landlord. LC1. Now, these parties, they end up in our offices of favor now. LC1. We have a contractual right. Because most of the times we are advised by the law that at least we should be witnesses to these contracts. That means LC1 omuntu bwaba ajja mu kifo kyo ngaze okunoonya ettaka kyandibadde kirungi n'ayitawo nga gwe LC1 wandibadde omanyi byonna ebiri mu kitundu kyo atubulire nti ava Ssaabagabo Machini Ssaabagabo nga LC1 olina okutegeera n'omanya nti abaino ettaka lino lyani yaligula kwani ezo record zonna twakkiriziganya wano nti zirina kubeera ki kubeera mu office zaffe ate twakkiriziganya nti naffe tetufa agakola ki agastampinga ku agreements zino ng'abantu bagula ne tutakola ki nga tetumanyi ebitali mu agreement. Twasoma byonna requirements, we went through all the requirements and we looked at all these things and we agreed that at least as LC1s tetujja kuteekako stamp zaffe ku agreements zino nga tekuli ki nga tetumanyi ebirimu nga tetumanyi agula yaani bamwitaani avaawa national ID zajja labako ni number okebere ku kyebatadde mu agreement olabe ku agreement ku nini yennyini. That was our expert opinion as we try to dig deep into the legal aspects of real estate transaction and also real estate education sector at large to the informal sector. In particular, it was the LC1s tonight. And now we are going to go into a very brief break. And when we come back,
Lulu Residency in Munyonyo is the latest apartmentalized project by HK Properties. This state-of-the-art residency that has tipped the architecture scale in Uganda has 2 to 3 bedroomed apartments at modest rents. Scheduled payments can be arranged to fit your budget. For more information or booking, please call 0758 274 389.
the purchaser or any other party of a real estate contract and all the other parties. It could be a witness, it could be anything. Now, LC1, you have all the rights to make sure that you are a witness on this agreement. Tubeerewo temu witnessing nga temuliiko kati nja kubulira kuffe ba lawyers ababeera mu transactions zino tutera nnyo okukola ki okubagana ba LC1 wansi ne tugamba nedda Kasanze lawyer wendi nze ndi advocate of the High Court of Uganda and all its subordinate courts. So sigenda kukola ki LC1 ne bwatabaawo nedda bwe wali LC1 ogula ttaka oba otunda ttaka oba oli witness ku ttaka because as a matter of practice fa abali ki fa abali ku ground fa abaliwo. So musomo guno tutegedde nti tujja kukola ki tujja kubeera nga weetuli. We learned very many things along the way, and most of the things that we learned, among others in the legal aspects of real estate, were the types of these contracts. They're of different types. What you call is a purchase, what you call is a lease, what you call powers of attorney. Wemboza y'omuntu omu yayiga nti powers of attorney kye. Thank you so much. There is a gentleman here.
Yeyanziza kumpa akazindala kano yenze Semakula Waliji era nga nva wannakawa Center mu Kavule Zone Nakawa Parish. Ekibuzo ky'obuzizza powers of attorney kitegeeza okuweebwa obuyinza obwa famire nga obusimbulizo okuva mu kooti oba ewa administrator general n'akuwa obuvunaanyizibwa obwo okuddukanya estate z'omugenzi. So obuvunaanyizibwa obwo kitegeeza.
Thank you so much, Haji. Haji Avilidemo and Nakawa Parish. That is one of the reasons why this training is on. We are trying to make sure that you are empowered. And I pray that through this training you have been empowered. Something that you did not understand very well, kindly ask and we answer now. There's a question at the back.
Webale nnyo musomesa waffe erinnya Mulwana Meregulwa ssentebe wa Mutebi Zone mu Ndeeba Lubaga Division Kampala District. Omusomo guno gwe tusomye fenga abakulembeze ba LC era nga kutandikidde mu kibuga. Twebaza ne tusaba nti gwenga munnamateeka okukola course eno nobeera ng'oli specialized mu nsonga za land kitwala ebbanga ggwanvu. Nabwe kityo naffe twetaaga obudde okutwongerayo okusobola okukkaatiriza kubanga ekintu ky'ettaka nga bw'okyonnyonnyodde nti real estate kiki kwe tuwangaalira kwe tubeera kwe tuziikwa kwe tukolera emirimu gyonna. N'olwekyo obudde ennaku ze tusomye wadde tuli ba obbi ne ba ogiba tukyetaaga okwongera okunnyikirizibwa mu nsonga tulyoke tugende eyo ng'ate ffe naffe tulina masters mututume nga tusobola okunnyonnyola. Katonda bwe yalituwa abafuzi b'amatwale abanyunyusi theorists bwe bajja muno ne balikolako ebiwandiiko mu 1900 kwe kulaba embiriko ezibiriko lino lya liizi freehold Maryland kakati ezo n'endagaano Land Act Constitution biki byonna ogenda bisoma n'okubitegeera obulungi ng'ate tuli bantu bakulu twetaaga muwogo. Ssentebe yasose yagambye n'omutwalo teguliyo tukyetaagamu omuzinzi mu kusomesebwa. Ekyo nkimaze.
Nze Edith Santongo nga nkiikiridde Kusega Parish Lubaga Division Kampala ndi LC1 chairperson Kusega Kibumbiro Zone A. Kakati obuzibu bwaffe tutera nnyo okulaba aba lawyers bo bennyini baasoma amateeka naye ate ne batulugunya families zaabwe najja balina ettaka lya famire ye kennyini n'alitunda ng'ate famire eri sapozi okuba mu ttaka eryo agirese mabega. Kati bagenda okwevictinga ne bajjawo families ezo ne bazitwala abamu nga bantu bakulu myaka 8 naye nga tebalina we badda naye nga ye lawyer yakoze ekizibu ekyo. Kati ekyo bannange munaakikola mutya? Ekyokubiri, waliwo bannayuganda twakirabye nti atali munnayuganda tateekeddwa kugula ttaka. Waliwo bannayuganda abagula ettaka mu mannya gaabwe then bwe wayitawo ekiseera ne bakola ki ne batransferinga ettaka eryo mu mannya g'aba tali bannayuganda. Naye kaakati ekyo nakyo munaatuyamba mu ngeri ki kubanga nakyo tteeka. Kati ekirala tulina ebitongole tulina nga Lands Ministry land ne ministries endala naye ntema luwenda okuyamba ku ba LCs kubanga ba LCs babeera bize ate nga nabo balina okunoonya ekyokulya naye ebitongole ebyo oba ministries ezo bwe baba basaba ssente mu gavumenti oba aba MPs oba ki lwaki tebateekawo mutemwa nti guno omutemwa tugenda gutoolako gugende ku LC ne LC naye esobola okubeera nga empoweringibwa mu income naye mbadde nsaba mwongere okwempawalinga LCs
mu courts zammwe mu forwardinge mu rightful or relevant offices kubanga ekya funding tetukisobola naye lero tuli ku TV. If someone is listening in and they're the rightful office to go to ndowooza bakikoleko namwe LC1 bannange mubeere nga bwe mwandyagadde. And then yabuzizako LC1 empowerment tweyongereyo ndowooza kyetutandiseeko what we have started here on this program empowering LC1 courts with real estate knowledge. Honestly, already it is a beginning step. Go ahead and empower another person. Training eno oyigirizeko abalala ne babroka abo mu kyalo abo bennyini aba ku street ne mubayita ne mubayigiriza and abekyalo bona you can do a community meeting and you empower them on some of these things. So ssentebe webale nnyo okuva Busega ndowooza tukuzeemu katongereko omukyala omulala then tuddeyo waliko omukyala wali then nawe tujja.
Amannya Blasa Victoria Naalongo nga nviiridde Kawempe division nga nviiridde Muluka ogwokusatu mulago 3 nga nze nkulembe nze chairperson wa Lowa Nsooba. Nze ekibuuzo ekyange kiri nti di omuntu lwakola special title oyinza okulaba abantu nga bazze
Up next on UBC, brought to you by
Keep the lights on. Use Airtel Money to pay for all your Yaka bills conveniently. Open the My Airtel app to buy Yaka units. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
To our first ever UBC News Tonight of 2022. My name is Lorene Masika Kazimoto, and we start, and Muhammad Mugalu on sign language. We start off with our first headlining story this evening. A section of Kampala residents could not wait to usher in the new year 2022 as many braved the midnight coldness to welcome the new year 2022. Now, our cameras captured some of these people in their celebratory mood. Take a look.
The year 2021 was seen off in a relatively quiet mood in Kampala and its neighborhood due to the existing COVID-19 restrictions.
Omwaka gutwise tugulira bubi kubanga lulio batanga bajanga wane tugenda twa ku biriro liro neka tuli wano tweboyeranga bwe mutusanze wano.
In the Kampala suburbs of Makindye, Munyonyo, Kiwi and Seguku, apart from a few revelers spotted along the roads, many hangout areas were under key and lock.
Happy New Year! That average New Year, yeah! I'm very happy because I crossed New Year.
However, in the areas of Chireka, Ntinda and Kololo, the year 2022 was ushered in a style.
Next to somebody and you can celebrate this year. Let's do a toast, man. Give me a glass. Mister, can you give me a glass? We're gonna toast for 2022 and we know it's gonna be a beautiful year. We believe it's gonna be a beautiful year.
Yeah man, but we're going to we there.
Events promoter Balam Varugahari was among those who had organized New Year celebrations, but only to be stopped by Uganda police.
So incidentally, what I've noticed, there are elements of people power in police, and these elements may overtake police if we are not aware. So those bad elements should be removed or should be cautioned, because this is a loss to government. Through Minister of Gender and through Parliament, they approved these e-concerts. People were watching from far away from here. People were watching these concerts. Yes, people are watching these concerts.
Varugahari and others are, however, hopeful that the new year will be different since the presidential address okayed the full reopening of the economy.
Let's work together. Let's be tolerant. Let's welcome people with divergent views. Even those who support people power, welcome them to the sector. Let's work with them for the good of the sector. And please sing good songs. Don't sing funny songs agenda, akolachi, abereo. Yeah, let's sing about development. Let's sing about agriculture, animal husbandry, the nice roads, fisheries, etc.
At different media outlets in Kampala, including UBC, virtual New Year's celebrations attracted all categories of artists. According to Kampala Metropolitan Deputy Police Spokesperson Loco Esgiri, their last night operations did hit a dead end as the general public was entirely compliant.
The New Year's Eve was generally peaceful, and also 1st January was also generally peaceful. However, there's reports we got of people were burning tires, but when we responded, the alleged persons ran away. And currently, I want to say that we have no suspects in our custody on allegations of violating COVID-19 SOP, especially the ones on curfew and bars. Many people had hosted people in bars. Those sanctions were disrupted.
The New Year celebrations always have attracted mixed celebrations, as many reflect on the past years both in a positive and negative aspect. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Around Ugandans there entering the new year in style. Now to our first story of the evening, President Yoweri Museveni has announced the lifting of the lockdown due to COVID-19. He, however, delayed the opening of bars and concerts to 2 weeks after the opening of schools on the 10th of January 2022. He also did not state if there is a change of status for places of worship.
Countrymen and countrywomen,
President Yoweri Museveni, while speaking on the eve of the New Year 2022, said the country's economy will fully reopen in a staggered manner from January 2022, despite fresh COVID-19 cases.
Pre-primary, primary and secondary schools will be opened for learners starting with the 10th of January 2021. The Minister of Education and Sports and the Minister of Health to work out applicable SOPs and communicate them.
Museveni spoke at a time when the country had accelerated to over 140,000 coronavirus cases since the March 2020 outbreak. The president said a 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew will only be lifted for everybody after the performing arts resume 2 weeks after school resumption, but with borders barred from operating beyond 7 p.m.
The performing arts, concerts, bars, and discos will be open 2 weeks after the opening of the schools and with SOPs directed by the Minister of Health. So the Abamabara, our concerts and our EMB, their activity will start 2 weeks after the opening of schools. Because we want to first finish with the opening of schools, and then we deal with the other groups. Number 5, curfew will be lifted for everybody at the time of opening for the performing arts, but not for the borders. So after the schools have opened, 2 weeks, performing arts start functioning, operating. That's when we end the curfew. That's when we end the curfew. For everybody except borders. Borders banange mutusonye ebyama bingi nsonga za border nyingi. The borders will continue to observe the curfew hours of 1900 hours, that is 7 o'clock, to 530 hours. Shaha imwe y'ekiro to shaha ikumi n'emwe z'ekiro.
Museveni allowed public transport to fully reopen with the required standard operating procedures in place.
We travel in the public service vehicle, a bus or a taxi. We are all fully vaccinated and we have masks. And we don't use air conditioning in the car. We use the open air. We open the windows. You can see there is some plan there. It's not just to maraga agenda. No.
But the president was quick to warn that some of the measures may be reversed if a high COVID-19 dependence on intensive care unit bed occupancy exceeds 50%. The president urged at least 20 million Ugandans aged above 18 years to embrace vaccination.
All the Ugandans above 18 years of age, go out and be vaccinated. Empiso kati weziri mugende babageme. Ebikatu biroho mugende babatsirike ukusirika. Nataka nyinyi wote mwende mpate sindano. Sindano yuko ya kutosha. Kila moja natakiwa aende apate sindano ya kuzuia ugonjwa huu.
He earlier said the decision to reopen was determined by 4 factors that included increased vaccination and medicines that aid recovery of patients, like COVID-19, concluding a year dominated by chilling acts of domestic terror, landslides, floating islands, locusts and COVID-19. President Museveni preached hope. Museveni called upon the ADF rebels to instead surrender so that the people of Congo and Uganda have peace.
If the Congolese government allows us, we shall hit them, even if they go up to Kisangani or Buta or beyond. Their only choice is to surrender, so that the peoples of Congo and Uganda have peace, and they also get these terrorists also get rehabilitated and learn how to earn an honest living in the 4 sectors of commercial agriculture, small industries, services and ICT, instead of being parasites on the population. I salute all of you and wish you a happy and prosperous 2022.
Bernard Higa, UBC News.
Now, some people have reacted to the presidential address on the full reopening of the economy, with some expressing mixed reactions, especially border riders who are to continue braving curfew. Our reporters talked to some of the people around Kampala and relay their views.
19 and reopening of the economy in 2022. The president issued a statement on fully reopening the economy, relieving some sectors which have been in a lockdown for close to 2 years now.
We now intend to fully reopen the economy, as well as educational and social activities in some staggered manner.
The business community in Kampala are happy that they will no longer have to grapple with curfew, and this might make business flourish again, mainly in Kampala's Central Business District.
We were before closing, but backwards. We were working very well. We were not ending at exactly 7. After opening, we will be ending at maybe at 9, 10.
Echa curfew kuvao chirungi. Kubaka tulieri babadde nga bajja ne batufuuyira firimba saa 12 kitundu ne batugaa muyingize ne tuyingiza ne tugenda.
He did good for people have been yearning for that and they are now okay, and I think it's good because according to what you see, people have been traveling very few in a bus or in a taxi, whereby they have been charged highly, exorbitantly.
Some businessmen in Kampala have stocked their shops with scholastic materials for students shopping ahead of schools reopening on 10th of January 2022.
Pre-primary, primary and secondary schools will be opened for learners starting with the 10th of January 2021.
Nayenga ekyo kye yakoze kirungi nnyo kubanga yaguddewo amasomero tugenda kuddamu tukwate ku ssente abaana bagenda kuddamu okunywa amata.
However, bodabodas are not happy that the curfew was maintained on their sector from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m., saying the president should reconsider his decision.
Oba kusawa ng'emu oluusi oyinza twali tukomye kale musawa oba nga nnya kuba kusawa emu osobola n'okufuna omulimu ogugenda emukono ng'olwesi emisana byatambudde bubi n'ofunayo omutwalo era gw'onookola ki nawe gunayamba famire yo naye batugamba tunyuka essaawa emu tuba era tukyali ng'ate bannaffe bakola paka ssaawa yonna.
Yali gambe wakiri tukole essaawa nga nnya oba nga onyuka n'omukazi okola ki obeera n'omukazi ku mulimu naye kati oyagala ogende waka omukazi omuleke nga kyakola atuuke waka asanga emmere yafumbe lwaki abadde atwongera ku budde.
In the transport sector, taxis and buses are still carrying 50% passenger capacity, whereas they are now at liberty to carry full capacity. Most Ugandans are not yet vaccinated against COVID-19, which is a prerequisite.
The transport sector, which has been operating at 50%, will be opened fully, but with the necessary SOPs, such as the wearing of masks, full vaccination by both the crew of the public service vehicle and the travelers.
Abannayuganda abamu tebannaba kukola ki kubeera vaccinated. Tetujja vuga abantu basatu nga si bageme olwo tujeemedde ekiragiro ky'omukulembeze w'eggwanga ne badriver affe bennyini abamu mulimu abatali baki bageme era katuwetenisemu okukolamu omulimu okulaba nga listi okutuuka nga 10 January nga n'abaana baddayo ku masomero tube nga tumaze okwegemesa ffenna.
Kituufu kirungi nnyo bajja kukendeeza kasente kabadde kangi.